Hi, I'm Dr. Joe DeMarco, chiropractor and owner of Ocramed Health. And today I want to demonstrate and show you guys a fantastic exercise to build thickness in the muscles of your back. It's called bent over rows. And I'm going to demonstrate and go over that exercise with you today. Now, there's a lot of different ways to perform bent over rows. I'm going to show you the way that I like to do them. If you have a different technique on your bent over rows, share it with me. Post a video of it to Instagram and tag me at Ocramed Health, or post a video on the Twitter and tag me at Dr. Joe DeMarco. Show me your technique. There's a lot of different techniques you can do it. I'm going to share with you today how I like to do bent over rows. So without wasting any more time, let's get right to it. All right, so let's just start this demonstration off by showing you what a bent over row is. So I'm going to just demonstrate a couple repetitions, and then we're going to stop for a second and talk and discuss what we're doing here. Okay, so that's a bent over row. Usually done with a barbell. You can use, there's a variation with some dumbbells. Maybe we'll do that in another video. That's a bent over row. So first topic of conversation is the grip. So I like to use an underhand grip, and the reason being is I do not like using an overhand grip. An overhand grip will, as you turn your hands this way, put your shoulders into internal rotation. Your shoulders are then in internal rotation, and now you're pulling towards your body. Now, I did a previous video on that. I'm going to put the link to the video right above me right now. If you get a chance, either after this video or right now, watch that video. It's a video on shoulder impingement, and it discusses how when you internally rotate your shoulders and you pull, you're at risk of impinging your shoulder. Now, that doesn't go for everybody. So if you do your bent over rows with an overhand grip and you do it like that all the time and it doesn't bother your shoulders, then by all means do it. There's no problem with it. But there is a certain population, section of the population, that when they're using an overhand grip and pulling, they occasionally will have impingement on the shoulder. I'm actually in that section of the population. Over the years, I used to do movements like bent over rows with an overhand grip, and I would periodically get an impingement in my shoulder. And later on, as I learned more about anatomy and more about the human body, I realized what was going on. I was internally rotating my shoulder, pulling, and I was causing an impingement on the shoulder. So I do not do it like that anymore. But if you can do it and you have no trouble, great. So grip-wise, I like to use an underhand grip so that my shoulders are in external rotation. When I pull, it feels much better on my shoulders. I would recommend doing it that way unless you're very happy or content doing with an overhand grip. So that's number one, is the grip. I'm going to use an underhand grip today. A couple other things. When I do a bent over row, my knees are slightly bent, and the body position, I'm not going to be way down at 90 degrees. I like to keep about a 45-degree angle to do a bent over row. I also use a variation where I stand up a little straighter on some days, and I do the bent over row from this position, more of an upright position, and that's if I want to hit more of my upper back. I'm going to demonstrate that also today. So I use two different angles. I use about 45 degrees, and then the other angle I use a little more upright. So when I row, I actually hit more of my upper back. Two common errors, the most two common errors on doing bent over rows that we're going to discuss right now is, one is not keeping a flat lower back position. When I get into the bent over row position, I put the buttocks out. I have the back in a nice flat straight position, which is a very, very strong position for your lower back. You never want to do these. This is error number one, with a rounded back position like this. That's going to make you very susceptible to injuring your lower back. So we always want to be in a nice flat low back position. And common mistake number two is the head position. I see a lot of people do bent over rows and they have their head in a big extension position like this, which puts your cervical spine into a hyperextension. Bad. We want to keep the head neutral. So I'm going to be in this position, and the head is going to be kind of in line with my back. I don't want to have it way up, and of course I don't want it way down, but I'm going to have it neutral. So those are the two common errors: rounded backs, which is bad, and a too much neck extension while you're doing it. So now that we know all that, let's go over some of the technique and demonstrate how to do bent over rows. So the first thing I concentrate on as soon as I lift the bar off of the floor is to get into a nice solid position. I'm at 45 degrees with my back is flat, my head is neutral. The bar is resting against my shins, right below my knees, and as I perform the motion, I'm actually pulling the bar up to the bend of my waist. Now I want to make sure I use a weight that's not too heavy so that I can really concentrate on contracting the muscles of my back. Sometimes if the weight is a little bit too heavy, your form can suffer and you don't get the contraction in the back muscles that you really want on this exercise. Now, next we're going to show some common mistakes. First being not having a nice flat back. As you can see, the picture up above is the back is rounded, the head is down. That's a good way to hurt your lower back. And the second mistake is having that head in hyperextension. A very common mistake that I see all the time, and it's very dangerous. Okay, I'm now demonstrating a little bit of a variation where I'm standing up a little straighter, and when I perform the bent over row, I'm actually not just pulling my shoulder blades back, I'm actually adding in a shrugging type of motion, and this variation of the bent over row is great. It actually works more of the muscles of your upper back, and I like to mix this in. Some days I'll do it where I'm bent over more at that 45-degree angle, and other days I perform it in this manner. Either way is a great way. Alright, so there you have it, bent over rows. If you're not currently using those in your back workout, put them in this week. I want you doing 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps. Nothing wrong, that's a great exercise too. Sometimes I like to go a little extra heavy on certain exercises, and that's one of my favorites, to go a little extra heavy. So there's some days, three sets, 4 to 6 reps, or 3 sets, 6 to 8. But it's a great overall exercise to make your back thicker, make your back stronger, and it's going to help your deadlifts. If you're looking for a 90-day fitness program that's going to build lean muscle without the bulk, without causing injury, then you want to go to my website, www.okramedhealth.com, where I'll customize a program just for you. Also available on my website is my ebook, The Accommodation Avoidance System. It's my book on how to perform heavy weight training without hitting training plateaus. And also available is our mobility plan. You pick the body part. I will send you a personalized video of how to perform fascia release work and stretching on that part of your body to increase the mobility. If you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe to my channel,Okramed Health on YouTube. Questions about exercises or injuries, just leave a comment in the comment section below. I always get back to everybody who writes in. And don't forget, the reasonOkramed Health is here is to keep you fit forever.